I honestly believe that most people are not meant to be business owners. So you're thinking about starting a business. You're tired of your 9 to 5, you're tired of your boss, you're tired of not making enough money. So if you just start your own business, you'll solve all of those problems at once and make a ton of money, right? Wrong. 99% of the time, that's not how starting a business usually goes. And unfortunately, most businesses fail within their first year. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what it's actually like to own and operate a business. I'm going to talk about the pros. I'm going to talk about the cons. And finally, I'm going to talk about why owning a business is not for everybody. I want to tell you a little bit about our company. My wife and partner and myself own a marketing company. We have over 30 employees, customers in about 20 states, and we only sell to other businesses. So every day, we get to talk to people who own roofing companies. We get to talk to people who own tattoo shops. We get to talk to insurance agents and realtors, construction companies, landscaping companies. And after doing this for years and years, we've learned a lot of information about other business models from other business owners, and it's given us a unique insight into business as a whole. So let's jump into it, and I'm going to start with the pros of owning a business. First, let's talk about money. Yes, the potential to make more money as a business owner is higher. The sky really is the limit because you don't know if your business is going to take off and make you an overnight success. Surprisingly, it does happen, but it's not common. Usually, it takes years of sacrifice that nobody else sees. We've been in business for 6 years. In the first 2 or 3 years, we did not make a lot of money. We lived paycheck to paycheck, and there were times I thought of quitting and just going back to a regular sales job because I was making more money doing sales. The key here is to be realistic with your expectations. The second pro is freedom, right? You get to be the boss. Nobody can tell you what to do because you own the company. If you want to take the day off or if you want to sleep in, that's your choice and there's no consequences because you're the boss. The truth is, while sometimes it's nice to be the boss, sometimes it's nice to sleep in, most of the time, being the owner is a headache. We've gotten to the point in our office where I tell my sales team to tell the new hires that I'm the IT guy because they come to me and bother me so often that I can't get any work done and I feel like a glorified babysitter. But sometimes it has its perks, and just knowing that you have that little bit of extra freedom is nice, even if you never use it. The third and final pro for me is going to be creating. As a business owner, you get the opportunity to create. You get the opportunity to build. You create jobs, business connections, experience, friendships. Sometimes I stand in the middle of my sales floor and I see all of the people in our office. I see everything that the company has accomplished over the last 6 years, and it gives me a feeling that I really can't explain on camera. But creating and building is by far my favorite part of being a business owner. Next, let's talk about the cons. And the first con is going to be risk. Starting a business is risky. There's no guarantee that the time you invest, the money you invest, the energy you invest is going to pay off, and it may inevitably fail. In fact, I've started multiple businesses and the majority of them have failed. And that's usually because I'm not able to dedicate the time needed to make them successful. But great reward oftentimes requires great risk. The second con is going to be time. If you plan on growing a business to the point where it can support you, or it can support your family, it's going to require a lot of time. And that means time away from your kids, time away from your hobbies. And you're going to hear people say things like it's all about balance and making time. The most successful people I know are obsessive. They don't make time. They just obsess until their companies become successful. If you want your business to reach its peak potential, you're probably going to need to be obsessive also. And there is no balance in an obsessive person's life. The final con and worst con, in my opinion, is going to be stress. I did 7 years in prison before I started this company. And the stress in prison honestly cannot compare to the stress of owning a business. You have to oversee every single aspect of the company. And if one part of the machine breaks down, the entire thing breaks down. You have to try to make everybody happy, even though it's not possible and you'll never do it. You still have to try. And as the business owner, if something goes wrong, the responsibility is completely on your shoulders. If the business fails, it's your fault. If you can't make payroll, it's your fault. If you don't pay rent, it's your fault. So your employees are depending on you, their families are depending on you, and that can be very overwhelming, very stressful, especially in the beginning when you're very new to this. So balancing the pros and cons is going to be different for everybody. If you're extremely ambitious and you like taking risks, then being a business owner might be right up your alley. But if you're not great at dealing with stress, or you don't want to sacrifice time with your friends or family, then maybe being a business owner is not a great fit. I honestly believe that most people are not meant to be business owners. In my opinion, the cons outweigh the pros. And there's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5 where you have a guaranteed paycheck. You have stable hours. There's less stress. You know what time you're going to work and you know what time you're getting off work. I think it's really important to be honest with yourselves, and doing that is going to give you a better chance at success, whether you decide to be a business owner or whether you decide just to work a job in a field that you're happy in. So I don't want to discourage anybody from starting a business. I think that it is valuable experience whether you succeed, whether you fail, and a lot of people assumed we were going to fail. And this is all from my perspective. It's just my opinion based on my limited experience and my limited knowledge. I encourage you to watch more videos by other YouTubers. Go ask people that you know who own a business. The last thing I would ever want to do is stop somebody from starting a business, stop somebody from doing something they're passionate about. I'm passionate about helping people and sharing my story and watching other people change their lives for the better. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. I am very new to YouTube, and it would mean a lot to me. If you want to see more of this type of content, please subscribe. I appreciate you watching, especially this far into the video, and I hope it helps with any part of your decision-making process into becoming a business owner. And I wish you the best of luck. Thank you, and Happy New Year's.